by RIT, and it looks like Kendall Cornine scores for RIT, but in the second look at it, just a pass, and it goes off the skate of RMU's Catherine Murphy.
It's just bad luck.
And the Colonials are down 1-0, but the Colonials being patient in the offensive zone. But then you give the puck to Brittany Howard, who rips it past Jenna DeYoung, and goal for RIT, and is 1-1 Colonials.
One thing I noticed about Howard, she knows where to put the puck and exactly where it needs to be.
We're going to see Howard here again, rocket past DeYoung, and the Colonials are up 2-1. Now they're up 3-1, and hugs all around. Everything silky smooth for the Colonials right now heading into the third period. And it's a 2-on-1 opportunity. And another rocket pass by Howard, but the rebound right on the stick of JC Gebhard, who scores her second goal of the game, and that's all she wrote, the 4-1 victory. Brittany Howard and JC Gebhard did combine for all 4 of the Colonials' goals, but it was also the play of senior netminder Jessica Dodds, who helped the Colonials leave with the win. The senior made crucial stops along the way and finished with 21 saves. The Colonials and Tigers were back at it less than 24 hours later.
After their decisive 4-1 victory, the Colonials would take the ice 23 hours later to defend their house. If they managed to win Game 2 against RIT, it'll be the 6th series sweep of the season and the 2nd such against RIT. I want to see some history here, Ian.
We always love to see, history made but in good fashion.
Oh, definitely. We're going to start off with a face-off. Great way to start it. And Colonials controlling the puck, able to move it up. And we're going to see very shortly able to move up the ice quickly and score the first goal of the game by Jessica Gazzola.
You see some other Colonials step up and not have, the same two do it all the time for the Colonials. That's good to see that.
You saw the second goal there by Natalie Frazier. Got it right through Jenna DeYoung, who struggled very much against RMU this weekend. And they're just going to keep exploiting that. I mean, 2 goals within the first period. We're going to move into the second now. They scored another time, and RIT able to bounce back with a goal of their own, but unfortunately, I think that would be the only one, unless I'm mistaken.
I think you're right.
Yeah. And RMU able to celebrate like they should. Oh, I'm sorry. The second
we were
goal,
both wrong. Oh, my.
It's all right. On the power play, Brittany Howard able to poke it loose, and RMU gets control of it, taking it up the ice with less than 2 minutes remaining, and they would just seal the game on an empty netter. They added some more history to their books with their 6th series sweep of the season. A strong 3-goal first period was all Robert Morris needed to secure the win. The interesting thing is that Robert Morris only got 8 shots on goal in the first period and still scored 3. 5 different Colonials scored in the contest. Both Brittany Howard and JC Gebhard recorded a goal and an assist each. Howard has now eclipsed 40 points for the 3rd consecutive season, and the team's next game is against Penn State, who the Colonials have already swept this year.
Now we come back, we will finally get to that interview with Jessica Dodds with our very own Sarah Hastings. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average 4-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Every time I hear the alarm bell go off in school, I think it's an air raid.
A lot of houses in our neighborhood have been destroyed. I like to close my ears and sing songs whenever the bombs come close.
I'm worried our new neighbors won't like us.
But I know it's all gonna be worth it. I just want my family to be safe. But these are not my words.
These are not my words.
These are not my words.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Sarah Hastings, and I have here with me Colonial goaltender Jessica Dodds. Jessica, thank you for being with us tonight.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's start off this interview. You've been responsible for 11 out of the team's 19 total wins this season. What have you been focusing on to kind of lead your team to the success?
Well, I think just every game we have to know that, we're coming into going to play a team that, they're going to bring their best. And we know with us being ranked this year, we definitely, we have shoes to fill. And it's a lot, but I think the best thing is just to come prepared to every game and make sure that I'm mentally and physically ready to play every game and every series.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said playing every game, and I know Coach Colantino is a big proponent of playing Colonial-style hockey, or that full 60 minutes, every shift, every play on the offensive. What can you say about your team in that Colonial style?
Well, I mean, it's definitely made us successful, and I think that our team really thrives off of hard work, and, we all have to work together. We have really good team chemistry this year. What's nice, too, is that everyone's getting along really well in the dressing room. We're all like a really close-knit group, so we definitely want to focus on making sure that we're playing the full 60 minutes, and we don't want to leave anything behind, especially with, with senior weekend coming up. We want to make sure that we bring it all for Penn State.
Mm-hmm. Now, what can we expect in our Penn State series? Is there anything that you guys have been working on in particular?
I think for the forwards, just maybe like finishing in front and making sure we're capitalizing on the opportunities that we get. Defensively, we want to make sure that, I cover rebounds and some other pucks, get as many whistles as I can, and just try to help my team out. It's going to be a good series. Penn State's a really good team, and we got really lucky when we played them in Penn State. They came back pretty hard in the third period, so I think it's really going to be crucial that we make sure we play the full 60 minutes when we play them this time.
Mm-hmm. Now, you talked about forwards capitalizing on plays, and 3 forwards in particular have made an outstanding impact on the team this season. Brittany Howard, JC Gebhard, Amber Rennie. What can you say about the positive energy that they brought in and the kind of the high standard that they've set for the rest of this team this year?
I mean, it's huge. It's definitely really big, and we're really grateful that we have such a good line like that. Their team chemistry is really good, and I know Rennie and JC, they grew up together and they've played together since they were young kids. So I think that's huge, just like knowing your teammates and knowing where they're going to be on the ice. And they've definitely played a major role, and we're fortunate that they've been capitalizing on a lot of their plays.
Mm-hmm. And I think the whole team in general has been kind of lifted up, and they're capitalizing on all of their plays. Now, switching gears just a little bit, we're winding down in the season. You have 4 games left, 2 series. How critical is it to get these last couple points to maintain not only that #1 rank in the CHA, but possibly earn a bid to the NCAA final tournament?
Well, it's huge. These last 4 games, they're going to be really big, and I think we're ahead Syracuse by 4 points. So, 4 games is obviously 8 points. So we need to make sure that we come out and we bring it for these last 4 games, because we know that Syracuse is going to be bringing it to the teams that they're playing. So we just need to make sure that we come out ready to play, and hopefully we will get the bid to the NCAA tournament. I think that would be a really nice way to cap off senior year.
I think it would be too. And talking about senior year, what's next for you?
Well, probably going to go back home to Canada, play hockey there, and I actually want to get into policing. So it should be interesting, but that's my goal, and that's kind of what I want to do with life.
Well, we wish you all the best. My last question, RMU alumna and Olympic silver medalist Brianne McLaughlin played in the NWHL All-Star game this past weekend. Now, do you work closely with her?
We definitely have a pretty good relationship. It was actually kind of cool. Me and a couple of my teammates, we actually volunteered at the game. So we were able to go watch and, show our support for Bree and everything. And it's really cool to see kind of like what she's done with the program with RMU and how she's transformed it. And, you know, even her success in the NWHL, it's awesome. And it's nice to see. Sometimes she comes out with us, and it's nice to kind of, you know, get her perspective on things, because she obviously has a little bit more experience life-wise and in hockey. So it's kind of nice to get her, you know, experience and expertise. So it's always nice learning from someone who definitely knows a little bit more than you do.
Definitely. Now, can we see you in an All-Star game possibly in the future?
Potentially, but we'll have to stay tuned on that one.
All right. Well, Jessica, thank you so much for joining us here. We're going to send it back over to Ian and Rashad at the desk. Oh, on the commercial.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Look at you. You're at the top of your game. You're unstoppable. Nothing can throw you off track. Wait, is that your car? Uh-oh. Yeah, I saw that coming. That will throw you off track. You're looking at around 10 grand in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Let's try this again. Smart move. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back to Colonial Sports Center. Now, like the usual, upcoming games as the Colonials have an action-packed athletic schedule. We'll start well off with Friday, Rashad. Men's hockey at Mercyhurst, 7:05, and women's hockey against Penn State at 7:05. I think, you know, Jessica Dawes did a pretty good job of telling us how excited the team is, how they're going to prepare for that game, and I'm looking forward to watching some good Colonial hockey again.
Yeah, definitely. Their last three series, women's hockey, by the way, their last three series of the season are all against teams that are lower than them in their conference. So if they can manage to win out, that's going to be a huge confidence booster. There's going to be a lot of momentum heading into a tournament, and maybe they can ride that all the way through to the end. Now, on Saturday, men's lacrosse versus Manhattan.
That's an action-packed Saturday.
That's a lot of games on Saturday.
Like you said, men's lacrosse, women's lacrosse at Central Michigan, women's basketball at Central Connecticut State.
Yeah.
And more hockey there, Rashad. And then men's against Central Connecticut State. Now, we saw the Colonials, Central Connecticut State, pretty low in the NEC standings.
Yep.
We saw them they won, but they kind of did. It wasn't a blowout win like we expected. But do we ever expect, you know, a blowout win with this Colonials men's basketball team? What are you expecting for this Colonials team to come out on the road?
I just want to win. That's
all I
want.
win.
That's all I want.
Okay.
No matter how close the game is.
Can't blame you on that one.
Definitely. I don't know. I don't care how close the game is. I just want a W in the win column.
Now, do you think this team, if they get it together, do they have a chance to make a run in the NEC tournament?
At this point, I think there's so much bad juju on them. It's just that I don't think they'll have what it takes this season, and next season is going to be even harder because they're losing people like Tate and Kayvon Stewart and Billy Giles. So those are three key leaders on this team, and right now, I mean, if they can't do well with them on the team, how well are they going to do with them off? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then women's basketball at Central Connecticut State, do they make it 9 in a row?
I think they make it 9 in a row. I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. I mean, Central Connecticut State, like you mentioned, one of the weaker teams in the conference. RMU, best team in the conference, riding 8 games so far. So all the momentum in the world right now.
So it will be an action-packed weekend for the Colonials. Now, we saw Anna and Nikki kind of go down with an injury at Monday against Mount St. Mary's. Who on this team, is it Rebecca Navarro, is it Megan Smith, that steps up if she can't go at 100%?
I think it's Megan Smith because she's sort of she's the silent killer on this team, averaging 11 points and 7 rebounds on 50% shooting from both the field and from the three-point line. She's been the consistent player that they needed all year, and I think she's really the reason why they've been winning the games.
Now that is all we have in this action-packed episode of Colonial Sports Center, but come back next week at 9:30 as we have another edition of Colonial Sports Center.
You're not going to want to miss it.